Good morning. Welcome to Orchids 365. Me and my assistant Julio today are going to be making some repots. First, I want to show you this really cute apron. Look at this, you guys. Isn't it adorable? It's embroidered. I was influenced by the Urban Flocker. If you don't know her, if you haven't shopped with her at a show, beautiful person. I'm going to put her YouTube, Instagram there. She was wearing this and I fell in love with it, and then I reached out, and this is actually her cattleya that was named after her in Ecuajanera, which is what leads me to today's repot. So this would be the Rhino Cattleya Urban Flocker that was named after her. I feel like every time I turn on the camera, either a bird squawks or an airplane passes by, but that's okay. And look, it has these new nubs growing. So she brought this to me at the Rainbow Thailand show as a gift. She said that she was grateful for me being one of the first orchid peeps to reach out when she started hopping over from the Aroids and the Hoyas and over to orchids. So I mean, you know, we have a beautiful community. So whenever you see the opportunity to help somebody else become a fellow orchid grower, we reach out and we help each other out, because why not? That's what this community is all about, helping one another and growing together. So I thought that was really like the kindest gesture. She caught me by surprise. So she is a very fun and colorful person. So I'm gonna choose a very fun and colorful ring pop. So the first thing, see the bird. The first thing we're gonna do is, well, I'm gonna get something that I'm missing, and then I'm gonna come back and show you. I forgot to mention that this was made by Planty Jungle. These are sisters that embroid. So also I'm going to put their information on there. They are on Instagram, not on YouTube. And they started making more orchid stuff. So I feel like they said they're going to have another design. I think it's a bulbophyllum, but I love this cattleya. It's lovely. And I was able to have them embroid the Orchids 365. Isn't it adorable? And it has pockets, so like when I'm gardening, I can keep my stuff in there. See what I mean? I turn on the camera and now there's a helicopter. So the first thing I want to do is, you know what, Julio, you're not helping me today. He's just there laying. All right, is I'm gonna get these pieces of styrofoam and I'm gonna put them on. After you line the bottom with styrofoam, you want to start putting a little bit of your mix, and then you want to try for size. So she needs a little bit of help with her roots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get a stick and prop her, and I'll be right back. I always keep these and disinfect these when I buy orchids. They're all different sizes. You never know when you're going to need one. Now, you can use a pot clip. I like putting this, and then later, I mean, right now I just have a little cute clip. You can use something that is a little more firm. Okay, the reason why you want to do this is because in nature, a loose orchid is a dead orchid. So you want to make sure as you help her acclimate and grow these beautiful roots that she's going to grow, she cannot wobble. So she needs to be firm. I have made a mess on my table because I realized that I stopped recording at some point. So I had to start over again because I really wanted to show you guys what I did. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on pressing. Turning and pressing. Every time the birds see Julio, they go crazy. He's here minding his own business, really. He's right here under the table. Well, minding my business, not his own business, because he's a nosy kitty. See that? And you wanna do the wobble test. That make sure the plant is not wobbly, and keep on adding and pressing really hard. You can top it off with some leca too, you know, if you like the look of that. But I mean, I already see a whole other, let me carefully tilt the camera, a whole other looking plant. Now she's gonna need some kelp, some seaweed to help her grow those beautiful new roots, and she's gonna do fine with all the spring rain. And I'm gonna fertilize her, and oh my gosh guys, it's like another plant. I just have to remember to make an ID for it. I could throw in a stock picture so you can see how beautiful she's gonna flower, just like this. That's a beautiful cross, and I think I'm just gonna keep on going. Maybe I'll share another repot right now with you. Why not? Because I have been at shows and I have been neglecting my garden, and these projects need to be done. I'm gonna go grab another orchid and show you how to do it. So I have brought this from Palmer's, and I need to get her out of this because I don't really grow in this fern, and I'm concerned about the space she has. I want to put her in this mosaic pot. So earlier I forgot to, when I forgot to press play, what I wanted to show you was I've been using this for forever, and I always blowtorch in between. You want to do that. You do not want to have any diseases or anything cross over. It's really simple. This is like a kitchen one. Mr. 365 bought me a new and improved one, but I'm a little bit intimidated by it. So when I get comfortable using the actual, the other one, I'll show you. And then these are my modern sprout pruners. They gave me pruners and shears. And guys, this is a game changer. This is carbon steel. I have an affiliate link. I'm gonna share it with you as best as I know how to here on this video. These cost like 20 bucks, and I just like the way that you can hold it, the way that it springs, and it has this lock if you have kids, pets, you know. So this is a game changer for me. This one is good, but I mean, I like this. Anyways, moving right along. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, like I showed you earlier, I like to do the little thing in the bottom with the styrofoam pieces. It creates like a little barrier and kind of like helps your orchid dry out in between the rain. Now, I think I'm just a creature of habit, because when I had everything in the terracotta pots, you have to do it. In my pots, I don't think it's as necessary, but being a creature of habit, I'm gonna do it. Why? Because my pots have so much more aeration and airflow that I probably don't need to do it, but why not? At least it creates that layer. You can also save media. You don't have to use so much mix. So I'm gonna do it with this one. I know it seems like this pot may be too big, but I think she's ready. So I'm gonna give her a squeeze. These baskets are a little bit, I don't know, evil sometimes. So this is a higher multiplier, RLC higher multiplier. It's a pink doll with a rubinescence, I think. It's an SVO cross. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, anything SVO. So this is already clean, and instead of hurting the roots of my beautiful new little seedling, I'm gonna try to, I want to keep her in there, try to cut through this there, because I don't want to hurt her roots. Oh, this is gonna be messy. Okay, there. Oh my god, everything's intact. I don't like this stuff that it's in, and since I don't grow them in this fern, that's all okay, falling apart. Anyways, I want to check for some kind of a seed plug in the bottom that can probably be full of moss, that can probably give me some trouble when it starts raining. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. Look at this new growth. Oof. Yeah, but see, these are the things that you have to, you know, you have to take time to look at, because these moss plugs are great for, you know, the big greenhouses. They can control the weather, the rain, all that stuff, but I can't. So if it's something I can't see and then later something rots, then that's on me for not taking the time to repot her in the spring. So I think I got a lot of the stuff out. She's such a cutie. And look at those new root seeds. Since I've had her, it's gotten those roots. So now, I feel like I'm getting, move this one over. Put some mix. Again, what I'm using is charcoal, big perlite pieces, and orchiata bark. So test for size. This is way too low. You do not want your orchid to sit this low. You want to bring her up at least this high. So you keep on. Pardon me. Keep on. Okay, so this looks like a good height. Still, I'm not convinced. Okay, this is too big. So I think having her around here gives me the opportunity for her not to wobble. I need big chunks. I don't need big chunks. I make my own mix. I just buy all the bags at Supply at Ophi Orchid, and then I like make my own mixes. This one just needs, if she gets more roots, she'll be more secure, but you want to make sure she's still and she's not wobbly. And then you'll have, see that? She's up high where she can breathe. Her roots are the only thing that should be going in, okay? So see, this is a new growth and it needs to be up. And sometimes I just get these huge chunks. When I'm trying to get the smaller pieces, I get huge chunks. But anyways, you got the point. So I'm gonna just push down very carefully around those new growths. And I don't like that she kind of does a little wobble, so I have to keep on pushing down until she's firm. Okay, and I think I'm probably gonna have to get something to see that wobble. You can't have that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get something a little bit smaller, like leca, so I can push her down a little harder. I always keep leca in a bucket. Always have. For these situations, I find it to be so helpful. So I'm gonna put the leca all around, and it's gonna help me stabilize her, because her roots are still very short and they're not really, haven't really come out yet. So I want to make sure, see that she is very firmly pressed inside my pot without the wobbles. And these little lecas are perfect for it. You want to make sure she doesn't wobble. Then I'm gonna get a whole pot. Oh, look, it already has a hole. I'm gonna go grab a zip tie and make sure she's wearing her ID. And I'm gonna put her, oh my gosh, she's so cute. You guys, what a change. I'm gonna get a zip tie because I'm gonna forget. I found an orange zip tie. I thought it would be nice. Kind of matchy-matchy. Even though this color is supposed to be like terracotta, I see it so orange. It's still very pretty. I'm gonna stick that on there because since I'm gonna be doing so many things, and I already know I have to make a tag for the other one. So, this is what we did, look, this morning. I mean, come on, look at this, guys. So I got this one, my urban flocker and my pop, and I have this beautiful SVO cross. I can't wait to see what it looks like, pushing out all these new growths. Thank you for joining me. I hope this repot was helpful. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer it in the comments. So again, what you use, the media, it has a lot to do with where you grow. Even if you are close to me, where I think we're still 10B here in Florida, you know, your backyard is your very own ecosystem. And once you find something that works for you, by all means, go for it. Like, I can't use this mix for every Cattleya. I have some that are in pure lava rock, because if I were to put them in this, they would rot, you know? So I try different things, and it's trial and error, and everybody is always learning when you're in the garden. If you ever meet somebody that grows that tells you they've never killed an orchid or a plant, run. Because this community is all about, oh look, I messed up, so now I'm doing it this way. Might work for me, might work for you. Let's give it a try. So with that being said, I'm aiming to make a blooming video, but I'm gonna tidy up the garden because I've been working every single weekend at shows. So my goal is to try to do a blooming video in May. So there's a lot of stuff in bud coming up, so I'm gonna do a blooming video for you guys. And then I just want to thank you for joining me, and I'm gonna try to put all the links to everything, to where I got my my apron, to my friend Urban Flocker that enabled me to get it, to my mod sprout. I have pruners and I have shears, guys. Game changer. They're $20, and with my code you get like 10% off. It's ridiculously cheap for the quality, you know? So nothing. Take care. I'll see you in the next video, and always remember to please be kind. Bye.